everybody, it's Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today I'm going to be creating another card and envelope combination that is inspired by a postage stamp. In fact, this postage stamp right here, which it may not be in focus because the camera's trying to focus on my face like it's supposed to be doing, but anyways, you'll see this a little bit better in the video. But basically, I love, after watching Kristina Werner's videos where she kind of coordinates the stamps with the envelopes with the card, and as soon as I saw the stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, I really knew I wanted to try that out for this concept. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how I put this combo together. So taking a look at these postage stamps that I have, these are Forever USA stamps, which is great because the postage rate went up since I purchased these. These are geometric snowflakes from the Postal Service. I don't even know, this is 2015 it looks like, so it's been a couple of years since these stamps have been available. I'm not sure if you can find them somewhere, maybe like a vintage, and I say vintage loosely because it was only 2015, but anyways, maybe you can find them somewhere where vintage postage stamps are sold. But anyways, love this stamp a lot, and I wanted to coordinate that with this new Snowflake Builder stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. This one's a great one. You'll notice that the stamps are outlined in dashed lines. That means those two stamps go together. So this is going to be the first part of the stamp, and this is going to be the second part of the stamp, or vice versa, however you want to do it. Same thing for these, and these, and these, and these, and these, and these. So they're really great, so that way you can build up as many like layers as you want to. You could even combine, like you honestly could combine these two stamps and be just fine, but these are the intended ways to use them. Anyways, they also have some other great sentiments as well. Now, Kristina Werner kind of already did this. She beat me to the punch because it's literally her job to make cards for a living. So I had an idea using, because I knew I had these stamps, and I knew this stamp set would work perfectly for it, but today we're going to create the card and the envelope to go with that card, so that way everything kind of matches up. So we're going to start off with the card itself. I have some Nina Solar White 110 pound cardstock. It's my favorite cardstock for making cards with, and I think, don't hold me to it, but I'm thinking I'm going to make a one layer card. We'll see though. I might end up popping up this banner. We'll kind of let this card do what it wants to do and see how this all works out. Now, I am going to be using some Distress Oxides today. I'm using them in blue and purple tones. I don't have the full line of Distress Oxides, so that's why I don't have very many purples, but I feel like these colors all go together in that Salty Ocean, Broken China, Peacock Feathers, Mermaid Lagoon, Blueprint Sketch, and Wilted Violet. Honestly though, with this Snowflake Builder set, you could use a combination of crazy colors and regular colors, and I might do that in a future video where I use some really crazy colors to really make it pop. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, let's go ahead and set up and get everything ready for stamping. I didn't realize how large this stamp set is whenever I bought it. I thought it was just like a regular sized one, so I was really impressed when I opened up the package and saw how large this stamp really is. So I'm just gonna set it over to the side. I think I want it to reflect the envelope, and since I can't put the address or the stamps over the address, I'm gonna kind of keep it in this one-sided, whatever you want to call that. So I want this to be my main focal area. I do have my Tim Holtz stamp platform set on the clear side, so I am going to be using my clear side to stamp with today, and I do have my magnets, and as you just saw, it's a new stamp, so it's really holding on quite well to the paper and not wanting to let it go. I think for this one I want to stamp it with the Blueprint Sketch to get started with. So I'm going to stamp it in Blueprint Sketch, and then we'll just kind of keep layering and adding more stamps in, and I'm probably going to speed this part up so that way you're not here for a couple hours. Okay, there we go for the front of the card. I like that a lot. I do need to do the sentiment now, so I'm gonna grab some paper and do that. All right, I have my little banner on an acrylic block. I have some Memento Tuxedo black ink. No, what is this? This is VersaFine ink. And I'm just gonna ink this up and then stamp it onto some scratch paper here. I would love to have a die for this one, and I don't know if there's a die available for this stamp set yet, or if there ever will be, but I hate doing fussing cutting. Y'all, if you've been with me before, you know that it's a disdain for fussy cutting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it and probably try to cut it as best as I can along the edge of that line. Doesn't always work out for me, but we'll give it a try and see what happens. Before I do that though, I am going to go ahead and grab the sentiment. This stamp set does have a lot of sentiments that fit inside this little banner, so let's go ahead and find one for today's card. Alright, I have winter greetings here on my acrylic block, so I'm just going to ink that up again in the same ink and stamp it hopefully as close to center as possible. Hey, that's actually not bad for me, so happy with that. Now I'll go ahead and quickly cut that out. Alright, I have trimmed it up, and it's not the best job in the world, but I think it'll work for what I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going, let's see, should I put it here? Ooh, I kind of like that. I was thinking about putting it in the blank space, and that's why I was keeping it up there, but I kind of like it down here actually. So we're going to do that. That's exactly what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take some of my tape and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, and I'm gonna peel off the backing because this sentiment kind of curves, and I want my tape to follow that curve. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the backing paper off the back so that way I can kind of curve this foam tape along with the curve of my sentiment, if it will stay. And just add a little extra piece down here at the end. There we go. Oh, I really like this. I like this a lot. I think this is exactly what I was looking for without even knowing exactly what I was going for. So there's the card part. Let's get cleaned up and we'll go ahead and start working on the envelope now. Alrighty, I've finished the card. It is now time to move on to the envelope, but first I have to put the envelope together. I'm using some more Nina Solar White 110 pound cardstock to create the envelope as well. More than likely, I'm probably going to have to add an extra stamp onto this because both the card and the envelope being made out of the same heavy weight paper probably will cause it to need a little extra postage, but that's not a big deal since I have extras of those stamps. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my envelope punch board from We Are Memory Keepers. This is the 123 punch board. If you need a refresher on how to use this punch board or want more information on it, I'm going to put it up in the iCards over here, so that way you can go check out the video that I did explaining how this punch board works. Right now I'm going to be making an A2 sized envelope, which requires an 8 1/4 inch piece of paper, and it's going to be scored at 3 5/8. So I'm going to put this at 3 5/8, and then I'm just going to go around and follow the directions to get it all scored up. Okay, I've got my envelope all punched out, corners rounded, all that good stuff. I just need to fold it, but I'm going to leave that for the very end. I don't want to fold it while I'm still preparing the envelope. I forgot to put the scoring tool away. But I'll do the actual scoring and folding once I get it all ready and stamped, because I don't want to score. Gosh, this is hard for me to explain. Okay, I don't want to bend on these score lines yet, because if I did that, it wouldn't lay flat when I put it into my stamp platform. So I'm just gonna leave it right now as is, and I'll come and fix, and I'll fold it all when it's all said and done with. Did that make sense at all? I hope it did. Now, of course, if I was going to do this like super professionally, I would probably tape over the edges where I don't want the snowflake stamps to stamp at, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. In fact, I think it's kind of cool that they overlap onto the other side of the envelopes, so I'm just going to leave it as is and, you know, it'll be what it is basically. So anyways, I'm gonna put my stamp right about there. This is the first one that I'm gonna be doing, I think. So just like the card that I made, I'm stamping the large stamp first, but I don't know if I'm gonna do the same color first or not. Let's see, I don't know. I'm probably gonna speed this part up so that way you're not sitting here forever as I stamp on the outside of the envelope, but we'll come back when this is all said and done with. Alright, there's the envelope all completed. It is now time to fold it up, so I'm just going to grab my scoring tool once again out of my punch board, and it's super easy. You just bend it over. As you can see, I got a little bit on the inside there from earlier today, not a problem. But I'm just going to fold these two sides in first and score them. And then I'm going to use I was just checking to make sure that I didn't get ink onto my score tool, because I wanted to make sure that this wasn't still wet. It isn't, I don't think, but anyways. Alright, so there we go. I'm going to score all of that, and then I'm going to use some extreme adhesive from Tombow. I'm just going to place it now. I want to make sure not to tape, like if I put tape here, then that would mean my envelope would not be able to open all the way. So I'm just going to put it on the sides right here and get these all nice and taped down like so, and then I fold in my final side. There we go, just like that. And it's not perfect here on this side. Yeah, I probably should have taped it off, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think your recipient is going to mind all that much. So anyways, so I'm gonna fold the top down like that, give it a good little press. And there we go, there's our envelope. Okay, so now that I have my envelope all put together, let's go ahead and put this stamp on it. And I really think this matches very nicely with my envelope, just like that. And now whenever I'm ready to send this card off, I'll write a message on the inside and just put this into my envelope just like that, and it is ready to head off to its recipient. I really like how this came out. Matching your postage stamp to your envelope to your card is sometimes a difficult process, but you can get really creative with color themes and different types of themes in different ways that you may not be thinking about. So think outside the box when thinking about cards and envelopes and stamps for those cards, postage stamps that is. So really think about that, and you can also check out another video that I did up here in the left corner, the iCards. Go check out another video that I did using a sports postage stamp. I really kind of had to stretch my imagination on it, but I think it worked out well. I think that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, let YouTube know that you like my video, and then hopefully YouTube will share it across YouTube land. Also guys, if you're not already, hit that button down below that says subscribe, and click the bell notification icon to get great updates every time I post a new video or go live here on my YouTube channel. I hope everybody has a great day, and remember guys, normal's just a setting on the dryer. Bye!